Painted Desert with double Oranos. Okay then, so let's head into another couple. At this point gonna be fine also getting to cast Kvoth here. Before that, didn't get much of an opportunity for a long time, even in, for example, community games. As it seems like he's gonna be having safe gold here, same for the opponent. No, same for the opponent, somewhat. Ready, yeah, Nino is, he is playing. He's unfortunately not streaming, therefore you say. Oh, well, that's a shame. Yeah, because I seen that he was raiding me, but yeah, he's still playing. That's a bit of a shame that he stopped, so therefore we have only one stream. But yeah, I'm right now trying to do my best to stream around here as long as possible. But we are gonna be there for having some easy wall in there, potentially of course some easy manor to the beginning, or to begin right now also. Yes, they started his stream, if so then pretty cool. Let me have a look therefore, maybe for the confirmation. But yeah, well if Momo is saying so then for sure. Yep, looks like that he is, so cool. He's gonna be there for having some good chance there. An opportunity further, but it looks like we apparently got the veto here. And I haven't noticed by whom, but veto is gonna be in. Bit of a shame. Entirely certain there was too much of a reason, so I guess maybe somebody messed up with the build a bit. But as the second map, we are gonna be getting actually Ghost Lake, which is also somewhat alright. Nothing really to be too unhappy about, I guess. You can see one gold mine start. And do we have some good food here? So far it seems like the piggies are not entirely present. Ah, there we go. There's gonna be a couple available for Grassengroom here to the right, next to the town center. No, I actually wonder what... theoretically Kvoth is having really high experience, but he's having plenty experience, for example, with Gaia. Grassengroom is also Atlantean main, right? Should be kind of fun. Looking forward if maybe you can say now blocking off the path on purpose. Nah. It was kind of like a random blocking, but that's exactly what you want to do, frankly, to save the hit points in there. So he was like unconsciously doing the right thing in there for the moment. As you see piggies, or the piggies, sheep, aka goats on the left. That's gonna be piggy on the other side. All right now noticed for Kvoth, and he is going in kind of like the wrong direction with the villager. Oh, he's actually going for the caribous. Aha, that's what he has seen here. Didn't see the piggies yet, as the first relic is going to be for cheaper villagers. Second is, okay, not bad, neither of them. They're gonna be having some interesting actually connotations for the game, so nice to see. Nice to see in that. As of course then, further down the line, you're going to be having even a gold mine, kind of far away though, because you can see that TC is gonna be having potentially actually fairly cool gold mine next to it anyway. Extra hunts, so it's gonna be 2 hunts for each player. Then we do have some extra berries. This gold mine kind of far away from the TC for Grassengroom. As you can see on the left side, it's gonna be somewhat similar. We also do have to be waiting how many gold mines there are going to be in this map in total. Because sometimes you're gonna be having some lower spawns, but this one doesn't seem to be that case. Seems to be fairly standardized. 3 to the right, 2 so far that we see to the left side, so it might be just kind of 6 gold mines per side, and or kind of side per the game rather, so 3 per side. And therefore effectively also per player. You can see the front gold mine is gonna be pretty safe for Grassengroom. No, and the back one for Kvoth is gonna be also alright. So I was just gonna interrupting myself a bit earlier in my idea what actually maybe could be coming up, and that was the fact that there is quite a solid possibility that maybe one of the Oranoses could be doing something else than Classic 430. If we were having somebody like a Mor, for example, I think we might have expected somewhat like a 4-minute advance and some kind of hybrid build into maybe even Murmilos, even though they usually aren't the case in the 4-minute advances, but Mor was the one who was definitely not foreign to that kind of idea. But well, for the time being, you can say now Kvoth is already well aware where the villies are, and okay, he's not advancing yet. And at this point just investing into heroes is making no sense. So maybe he's just kinda like giving himself up a bit too soon, because you can see that's gonna be already of course Grassengroom coming into the same spot. And much more importantly, just the villages can be even just getting some damage in. That is certain if that's like too necessary for Kvoth to be just kind of giving up his position here. Maybe he's doing it on purpose. Maybe he's trying to force Grassengroom to be exactly recalling all the oracles as well, so that he's gonna be by effect protecting his own villages. Can see, wow, 440 advance actually for both. They did have the food complication at the start, so that is the reason for the slight delay in general. That is certainly the reason for all of it. So of course you are going to be at this point, maybe like... the left EC is a bit curious. Can see very good gold mine next to it. This is an excellent spot for Kvoth. Nice spot. Very nice spot indeed at this point for him. No, and looking forward, for example, to maybe some kind of further moments here. As yeah, at the start, doesn't feel to me that's gonna be necessarily a battle there for Kvoth. Probably could be for Grassengroom still, because he's next to the villages. Whereas Kvoth is heading home. Maybe it's gonna be for both then. Neither waiting for any kind of first units. Hiding in the manor. So there we go. Immediately, he's gonna be going for actually the aggro barracks. Both of them, whereas for the opponent he's gonna be going for them in the base. So you can see Kvoth is gonna be a lot more confident. And frankly this is making excellent sense, because this is not only because of the hand, but because berries and much more importantly second hand. And in general this is a spot he absolutely wants to be controlling, looking at also the gold mines. So being even ahead in that map control is making tons and tons of sense. So liking it a lot what he's right about now doing here. So on the other side, yeah, looks like he's gonna be sending one back into the little Prometheans there. Nothing really important here, just making sure that Grassengroom is gonna be still stuck in place without going for some raiding himself until everything is properly ready, with some first Turma and Murmilos. So therefore there we go. Military barracks of course up as well. No, and now let's gonna follow the pop limit. That's gonna be practically the most important part, to see if there's gonna be some kind of chance for somebody to dominate, or if it's gonna be decided later. Because at this point I'm really thinking, second military barracks, okay, now we're talking about differences. Now we are talking about something a bit real here. 58-55, so far unfortunately housed right now Kvoth for a moment. Needs to be fixing that as soon as possible. As you can see on the left side, he's actually even taken the polar bear. Still 200 on the hand, so I can definitely see that being a fairly reasonable option. Why not? Getting some extra food. There's gonna be also another one on the left side, next to Arrows of the Alpha, but much more importantly, let's therefore check out how the fight is gonna be proceeding. So far it looks to me that pop limit is slightly better for Grassengroom, but I'm not really sold on the fact that he's having all of it in the army here and in the fight. Obviously right now, the advantage for Kvoth is going to be that he does have the military buildings way faster and way closer, so therefore faster. Right about now, production of the units into the fight, but unfortunately this didn't go entirely too well for him. No, and maybe he has slightly overreached with that second military barracks. Or with those second military barracks that he has right now prepared here. That is a decent choke point, because why not, but in the end, 78-53, this frankly could be somewhat of a short game. This really doesn't have to be entirely too long, unfortunately, for them. Oh, for them. Maybe for Kvoth. Can say that now already one villager behind. Did he actually put his villages on a break? Maybe he did because of right now having the autocues on the Murmilos. Yeah, absolutely, certainly. Right now he's gonna be having some maybe small potential to have a comeback on the military because of the second building, but frankly, if he's gonna be fighting in the middle, then not really. So I'm thinking that if Kvoth, or if Grassengroom rather, is gonna be continuing camping here, and you can see even the two Prometheans are supremely important here, then there's little chance that Kvoth is gonna be able to really get out of the situation. But currently, as he was waiting with a few units in there with the top military barracks, he actually maybe managed to slightly fool Grassengroom into thinking that it's gonna be going a bit better. And right now he's gonna be hoping to actually do that again. But yeah, still, the numbers were way too high, so it was maybe just a bit of a wishful thinking that it's gonna be working out for Kvoth in there. And once the Manor is gonna be gone, you are not gonna be hiding anymore, because you can't be putting units back into and from whence they came. That's almost like children. Can't be putting them back whence they came from either. That was, yeah, well, the only comparison I could come up with, apparently. Bit weird, but whatever. Not like it wouldn't be true, but yeah, this is definitely looking quite a bit bad at this point for Kvoth. He's gonna be losing also... Oh, losing that is not entirely a problem, as of course the military barracks are gonna be a bit nicer for him to right now keep alive, but still 27 population limit difference. This is gonna be probably quite a bit hard for Kvoth to overcome, and will be requiring some damn high showing of skill at this point. Some pretty damn high showing. Okay, so it's gonna be right now. No, at least some good more mills. Now, how many Turmas do we have in the first place? Yeah. I was going to be thinking about maybe Kvoth going for some Cato Ballista. That could have been helpful, possibly, if he manages to rebuild, of course, the counter barracks to help him out. But if they're gonna be coming even from Grassengroom, that's even sadder story. And of course the Prometheans, that's something that we really haven't seen from Kvoth almost like the whole game. Right now, finally, he's at least heading into a few of them. But I'm kinda slightly afraid that it might be just a bit too late for him already. And that's gonna be where the GG has to be coming, and therefore Grassengroom is going to be therefore the victor of the losers bracket here. So, okay, Mamo Shelty, maybe can be therefore jump in there at this point. That's gonna be there for the opportunity, as Neo and Super, they seem to be still playing, they seem to be having some longer game in there. But we're gonna be therefore heading back into the finals of the winners bracket. So in the end, we managed to actually do this game. It was quite a bit of a shorter one than I thought that it's going to be. Mythology logically are the same. Atlanteans, and therefore 1 TC and get in the favor automatically. 800, 4 and 2, so 200 more for Kvoth. But what good did it do him, even with more villages on Grassengroom's side? Was there some difference in eco upgrades? Nah, oh, well, husbandry, but nonetheless. That's not as fully relevant. Can see same armies, but obviously the results completely on the different level and side. Yep, GG. Seems like the second military barracks wasn't as much of a good idea in the end.